Hi, I wanted to come and show you guys this blouse pattern that I tested recently that just released today from Pattern Emporium, the Spill the Tea. I made 2 versions of this tie neck blouse during testing, and I'll tell you all about my experience and my review of the pattern. If you're interested in seeing more pattern reviews or just seeing me create a fun vintage, a little goth wardrobe, then please don't hesitate to subscribe. I'm Erica and I'm here for you every week with some new sewing or vintage beauty related content. Okay, the Spill the Tea. So why am I talking about it today? It released today and it's actually on sale for the next few days. This is a tie neck blouse and it's got a lovely fit to it. I'll untuck it. So there's 2 lengths of this blouse. This is the regular length, which comes about mid-hip. And there's also a longer cut line for people who are taller or just want a little bit more to tuck in. It's got this beautiful tie neck. It's got a front seam and this little kind of keyhole in the front. I will untie it and show you what it looks like when it's open. There we go. So as you can see, it's got this tie, and then you can decide if you want to tie the tie lower down. One of my favorite things to do is sort of necktie style. You can do it that way, or you can do what I like to do, which is a bow. I'm such a bow person. Anyway, there are 2 sleeve options. There's this lovely little cap sleeve, and then there is this beautiful flared sleeve with a gather at the bottom. Some notes on sewing this. So this center front seam has amazingly cool directions to finish it very cleanly. But it does require that your fabric takes a fold and a crease and that you can iron it in really, really well for that to work. Alternatively, you also can just serge both edges of the inside, which is what I did here, and then just sew it down on either side. So there are a couple different ways to finish that. The tie directions are really cool. There are a very clean finish set of directions for the tie, so you can get a beautiful finish with a minimal amount of hand stitching and stuff like that, if that is what you want to do. I had to read through those directions a couple times. They confused me at first because you have to start and stop at certain points. But once you see what you're doing, it makes a lot of sense, and it does provide a beautiful finish for the blouse. You're gonna want to make this out of a lightweight drapey fabric. This is a rayon challis, and this is a rayon, they called it rayon voile. So it's like tissue weight, very thin rayon in this really awesome like guava color. When I made these, my hair was like orange and pink, so they matched perfectly, but I still think they're kind of fun and tropical with the teal, so that's nice. The cap sleeve is really cool. The cap sleeve is completely lined. So basically you get the sleeve piece and it's doubled, and then you fold it in on itself and it self hems, and then you sew it into the shirt. So you've got this self-faced cap sleeve, which I think is a really beautiful detail. All around, this is not a difficult sew. The directions are good enough that I think if you have sewn anything before, you could probably sew this top. It's just, keep in mind, like if you're working with a more difficult fabric like a polyester or something like that that wants to slide around, to just take your time. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the other shirt on so you guys can see it. As far as things I would do differently next time, while I usually wear high-waisted things, I do have a couple pairs of jeans that are more this like moderate, medium waist. And I would probably make the top a little bit longer so they can tuck in more easily to this. But otherwise, this is amazing. And I have a couple fabrics picked out that I would make this again. I just didn't have time during testing, which I'll show you guys as well so you can get some ideas. But let me throw on shirt number 2. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that color. By the way, though, this fabric wrinkles when you think about it. So, you know, that's the toss up, right? It's like beautiful fabric or constant wrinkles. So I'll be right back. There we go. It was nice to conquer that fear and kind of try out a border print. So here is, I wanted to show you guys. So what I did was I made the border print, I cut it out. So the front got a lot more of the larger flowers. And then in the back, the border print created this beautiful stripe down the back. So I feel like the back of this shirt is just as cool as the front. So that's my cap sleeve one. And then here is this one. And look at this sleeve. It's just, this is like I said, in that rayon voile. It's that super lightweight rayon. And the sleeves are just amazing and flowy. You can tuck it in if your pants come high enough. I still need to make some high-waisted jeans for myself. But yeah, I love this one. This sort of like guava color is really beautiful. I never wear colors like this, coral, kind of watermelon-y color, but I think it's pretty. And I love it with the teal. As you can see, it's just a beautiful shirt. This one is very thin. Like I would not wear this with a dark bra normally, but you know, here we are. So let's see, if I was going to make this again, which I will, what sort of fabric would I consider? So there's a couple. Make it in something like a polyester. I have this poly rayon blend. I might make this. This is gorgeous. So this is, as you can see, very soft, very drapey, and this would be beautiful in either of the sleeve types, and the tie would have a really nice movement in this fabric. So something like a poly rayon blend. Just remember your finishing techniques will have to be serging on the inside. I've got the same border print, the white border print, in a black with the rayon challis, and this would be really lovely. I definitely encourage you to try this with a border print so you can play with some of these really cool stripe designs and things like that. It would also be really pretty with the big part of the print at the top and then more sparse print at the bottom. Lots of options there. And then if I was feeling crazy, and I probably am, I will at some point use this chiffon to make a version that has the long sleeves, because I think these long sleeve versions are going to be really nice for me in the winter, layered with like a pair of like 40s trousers and like a little vest so that my little tie could stick out the top. So that is the Pattern Emporium Spill the Tea tie front top. Last thing, if you've ever seen the Lyrical pattern from them and you're wondering how this is different, it's quite different. The Lyrical still has a big sleeve option, but it has a short and a mid-length sleeve option. That sleeve is wider than this one. The tie is bigger, and there's more volume through the top of that shirt. It's got yokes with gathers, whereas this is quite a sleek silhouette. I think that if you're a minimalist, but you want a tie front shirt, then the cap sleeve one might be your tie front shirt. I'm actually kind of a more is more person most of the time, but I like this shirt a lot. It's probably one of my new favorite tie front shirts, especially with the longer sleeves, although the cap sleeve has been worn constantly now that it's summer. I can also layer it up with a cardigan. So I'll just show you guys how I've worn this recently. This is one of my mini hand knit vintage cardigans. And that cap sleeve is so easy to just pop a cardi on with and have a great layered look for spring. And like, how cute is it to even do like, hold on. That's how I wore it the other day. I just like put one button at the top and just popped it on. It's really cute. Put a little pencil skirt with it and you've got a great vintage inspired outfit using all modern pieces, which is always nice because it's unfussy. If you like the Sew Over It Pussy Bow blouse, this is a little bit similar to that in that you are having a finished front seam. There are no buttons. You're just pulling it on over your head. I love the Sew Over It Pussy Bow blouse, and I've made 7 of them. And I think for me, comparing the two, I like the directions for finishing the tie better on this shirt than I do that one. That one requires a lot more hand stitching. So it just depends. And I think the Pattern Emporium one does come in more sizes. So if you're kind of wondering, do I need both? I think they are filling their own niche. Also, the Sew Over It Pussy Bow blouse only has the one long sleeve, and then I just hack it to a short sleeve. Whereas this gives me the cap sleeve option, which I really love, and this long sleeve that I'm way into. So that is my review of the Pattern Emporium Spill the Tea top. Please comment down below and let me know if this is a pattern you would like to make. What your sewing plans are for blouses and girly tops, if that's something you're into. And I will see you guys next time. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me. I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers. I'm really close, and you could be the person that gets me where I'm trying to go. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.